can't believe it. I can't believe it. Football, bloody hell.
हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू फुटबॉल ब्लडी हेल। आज के एपिसोड में हम देखने वाले हैं यूनाइटेड का बेस्ट स्टार्टिंग 11। हाँ, बहुत डिबेट्स है इसके बारे में और सबकी अपनी अपनी ओपिनियंस है, बट एक हफ्ते का भी ब्रेक मिल गया है। आई डोंट रिमेम्बर एनी लास्ट टाइम ये कब हुआ था यार, एक हफ्ते का ब्रेक प्लेयर्स को। तो नाउ आई थिंक वी कैन गो विद अ सेटल्ड 11 एटलीस्ट फॉर द फिक्सचर रन। क्या सोचते हो?
वी गॉट वी गॉट द ब्रेक क्योंकि हाँ, हम लोग EFL कप से भी नॉकआउट हो गए थे. जस्ट वांटेड टू रिमाइंड यू, बट नेवर माइंड, मूविंग ऑन.
never just a happy moment is there. There's always सब कुछ तो है underlying.
हाँ.
But yeah, with some fixtures coming up, हमने सोचा let's see what is the best starting 11 now, क्योंकि देखो अभी जो injured players हैं, जितना मैंने देखा है कि जनवरी के पहले अभी नहीं आने वाले, जिनको आना था भी आ गया। एरिक्सन should be back this week. Lindelof, Martial should be back this week as well. चाहिए कि नहीं चाहिए वो अलग बात है, but they're back. So Martinez, Maguire, Casemiro, Mount, all these guys are due for Jan. So for the festive season, कौन है हमारा starting 11? Let's see, and आप लोग भी हमको बताइए कि who do you think should be part of this team? Annie, let's go.
Yes, and before we go, यार वही याद कराना था कौन कि we have West Ham Saturday, we have Aston Villa Tuesday for people in India, Tuesday night,
Yeah.
Boxing Day kickoff, ठीक है. उसके बाद
Yeah.
है आई थिंक 30th को Nottingham Forest, right?
Forest, yeah.
तो
So we're mainly thinking these three games.
हाँ, एंड अप्रोक्सीमेटली गाइस की ठीक है, हम ऐसे नहीं बोल रहे कि we'll show you one lineup, I'm guessing कि which we think a formation हम लोग को खेलना चाहिए. Obviously players will be rotated. I think 7 दिन में 3 गेम, हम 10 दिन बोलते हैं, but technically it's 8-9 days only in 3 games, right? So yeah, let's I will share this with you, and then we'll see accordingly. Khan, firstly you start me off with what you think is a good formation. तो मैं वहां पे डालता हूँ.
I think 4-2-3-1 ही stick करना चाहिए यार, because I think वो 2 is very important in front of our 4 right now.
हाँ.
मेरे ख्याल से तो 4-2-3-1 कंटिन्यू करनी चाहिए, and it's something that we've been playing for a while. Players are used to it. अभी ज्यादा कुछ चेंज करेंगे enough, like ठीक है 5 दिन का ट्रेनिंग मिला है, अभी इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि सब बदल दो. वैसे ही प्लेयर्स इतने सेटल नहीं लग रहे हैं. I think 4-2-3-1 कंटिन्यू करना चाहिए, and can
Continue, sorry.
And I think can just start at the back with Onana, man. I mean, whatever said and done, he's our starting keeper. I'm just going to give like a quick one कि मेरे ख्याल से I think he'll still come good. I know उसको बहुत फ्लैक मिला है, and deservedly so, especially क्योंकि UCL से as people say double handedly निकाला है. But नहीं यार, बट आई थिंक he'll come good. जैसे उसने खुद ही बोला कि लास्ट ईयर का बेस्ट चैंपियंस लीग गोलकीपर सडनली ओवरनाइट कैसे बेकार बन सकता है.
मतलब is he trying to prove it? Is he trying to prove it that I can show you कि कितना खराब हो सकता है? और
I hope
इंटरव्यू वो उसके इंटरव्यूज तो मैंने देखे हैं, and like I said, I am for any player and for the manager, right? Until unless you become थोड़ा Jadon Sancho जैसा, where whatever has happened behind the scenes,
of course,
अगर जो you can be shamelessly trotting about enjoying, तो ठीक है यार. But Onana, I feel is not one of those guys. He's trying to, I think, give these media interviews to pump himself up and थोड़ा to show authority, which I feel कि हमारे टीम में थोड़ा lacking है कि we are very timid players. People talk about Virgil van Dijk's interview after the game. As much as I also made fun of it, ठीक है, it shows कि कोई है ownership लेने के लिए. It's someone coming out and speaking up, right? And sometimes you just need people. Obviously, you speak up after you do something good and worth speaking about. But ठीक है, at least hopefully he builds on this, like you said, and I don't think there's any dispute there that for the foreseeable future, for 3 games at least, he is our keeper. Kern,
I mean, EFL होता तो maybe you would have seen Binder, as you said, but EFL से भी निकल गए हैं तो fullbacks. See, I would say right back में, I know this was the only one where I think could be a debate, but I think Wan-Bissaka for me ahead of Dalot. And that is because I actually would play Dalot on the other wing, because for me, basically my back four would be Varane and Shaw, and then Dalot left, Wan-Bissaka right. What do you think?
मेरे लिए specifically, let's look at the West Ham game and then look at the Aston Villa game, ठीक है? Abhi
Yeah.
Aston Villa game mein, I don't know if Matty Cash starts, how we'll go up against on the left side. Digne will be in that team. So Matty
Hmm.
Cash रहेगा तो he'll be on the right. So which Luke Shaw should be up against
Hmm.
him. So I think Dallo is
Hmm.
useless in that game. Rotation आना ही
Okay.
चाहिए. Now we have these games 3 days apart, right? Or 4 days apart. Saturday, Tuesday, 3 days apart. ठीक है?
Yeah.
Can Van Bissaka play back to back 90 minutes after in and out of the squad? Nahi. So now, do you play Van Bissaka
Hmm.
against West Ham against, or you save him against Villa? Technically top of table, maybe
Hmm.
after beating Sheffield tonight. I think you take your chances in this game. I think Van Bissaka better off to play him in this game and play
Yeah.
Dallo on the right next game. So yeah, Van Bissaka for me against West Ham
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. 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 For me, it's basically like मैं क्या देख रहा हूँ कि मेरा starting 11 क्या होगा? Like my ideal starting 11 थोड़ा skirting around the 2-3 day gap वाला because obviously rotation थोड़े होंगे, but my ideal starting 11 right now would be Van Bissaka uh, at right back. Weirdly enough, यार मतलब I also think in the last couple of games he's done more even going forward than Dallo. Like Dallo और एंटनी सिर्फ वो राइट विंग पे भागते रहते हैं, बॉल बाहर जाता है, एक दूसरे को देखते हैं, वापस आते हैं. वैन बिसाका नो वन एक्सपेक्ट्स हिम टू तो रैंडमली पहुंच जाता है बाय लाइन तक और कुछ तो कर देता है क्रॉस. तो फॉर मी not for his attacking thing, but just defensively, he's a lot more solid for me. Van Bissaka right back. Varane as one of the centre backs, I think, is easy. I mean,
So
it's
you have
between.
to.
Hmm.
Sorry, I like you have to also look at the matchups. ठीक है, who's going to play
Yeah.
up against Van Bissaka on the left? ठीक है, he's going to be.
Hmm.
I know that Cresswell is back, but I mean he's fit at
Yeah.
least, but he's only played like one game, 45 minutes. I feel if Cresswell जैसा होता, I'd be more worried, right? Because he's too much
Hmm.
against him. I feel if he's up
Yeah.
against, I think Emerson is the one who's been starting. If he's up against Emerson, and maybe I think on the wing on the left they might switch. Between Bowen and Kudus. So now if Bowen is playing up top,
Yeah.
okay, is it Kudus on the right or the left? So you have to wonder
Hmm.
who do you trust against pace? And Van Bissaka is the only answer for me, right? I don't know if Dallo can
Agree.
track back. So I feel in this game we can do Van Bissaka 90 minutes. So I think
Yeah.
I think that is not a no-brainer, but I
Done.
think that's a done move there. Let's move on from there.
Yeah. The no-brainer one for me is Varane. I mean, right centre back, really no one
He
else.
he has to start, right? So I feel that whatever said and done, he's made up to the challenge. Whatever Ten Hag wanted. नहीं
Yeah.
स्टार्ट किया उसने या ट्रेनिंग में अच्छा नहीं किया या
Hmm.
rumors are to be believed, strong rumors, not just cheap Twitter
Yeah.
gossip.
Saudi.
The club want to bin off his wages. कुछ I think वो percentage bonus आता है उसको खेलने के लिए couple of
हाँ.
games. So apparently they want to bin him off before that.
Hmm.
If that is the case, then I have nothing to say about the Glazers. I don't want this to become that
Yeah.
episode. But as long as
हाँ.
he's here and if he indeed is leaving January 1st, it is your obligation as a club to use a player who is leaving and save your fit players
Hmm.
going rested into the international break, trimming them down,
Hmm.
making them faster, giving them the right rest, right? So Rafael Varane should start 2 of
Yeah.
the next 3 at least.
Yeah.
100%.
See, honestly, even regardless of all of that, और like मतलब मैं जॉनी एवंस लिंडलॉफ सेंटर बैक पेयरिंग नहीं देख सकता है. मतलब अभी पता नहीं कल जाके वरान इंजर हो जाए और वो देखना पड़े, but as long as he is available, he has to start right now, right? And ideally, the other one would have been Maguire, but of course, कुछ तो होने नहीं वाला है, which is where my second centre back then actually is Luke Shaw because I just trust him
Yeah.
more than Evans and Lindelof, man.
I feel Kern, in this case हमारा option limited है. If you need to beat Aston Villa and West Ham, let's assume कि हम लोग जाने वाले दोनों गेम पे intend to beat the teams. मेरे
Yeah.
ख्याल से Luke Shaw cannot play left center back in this game. उसको हम लोग को
Okay.
पूरा रखना पड़ेगा. See, he's on the left, so he's up against one of the wingers and he's up against Soufal. Soufal has had an average season, ठीक है, but वो बहुत ही attacking intended है. तो to
Yeah.
have Luke Shaw's pace off already, to not put pressure on that side, to move in the middle, and again letting Diego Dallo on that side alone, yeah, Reguilon, मैं convinced नहीं हूँ. So I think that's where
Okay.
you and I disagree.
Okay.
So
But who do you
I
go
feel
as the
like,
second centre
see,
back then?
I'm saying because we're looking at this as a 3-game thing, and at least 2 out of 3
Of
games to have a
course.
set formation. Do you see Luke Shaw playing left centre back both games?
I could. He did it last season. He did play him continuously there last season, and then
Injury से वापस, I
you
have
can.
to avoid this. That's my worry.
Yeah. नहीं, I think he could, पर obviously the other side is कि कौन खेलेगा, right? Left back में then ठीक है, you have Dallo,
Dallo, yeah,
Reguilon and
Reguilon.
Wan-Bissaka to sort of
Yeah.
switch between those three positions. I ideally don't want to see Reguilon too much because ठीक है वो अटैकिंग वाइज लाइक फर्स्ट एक दो गेम में जब वो खेला, जब उसको खेलना पड़ा इंजरीज की वजह से, उसने काफी दिखाया, बट आफ्टर दैट यू कैन सी व्हाई स्पर्स वांट वो सो हैप्पी टू जस्ट लेट हिम गो ऑन लोन. उसका कवरिंग उतना नहीं है, बट ठीक है,
So
आई एम ओके विद गोइंग लुक शॉ लेफ्ट बैक एंड देन अहेड ऑफ जॉनी एवंस आई वुड प्ले लिंडलॉफ. I know Johnny Evans did great, but sorry, ahead of a three fixture run, I really don't think.
yeah, I do see Evans in one game. I think I'm just very
Yeah,
curious as to when I put in Lineker can play.
Lineker.
Lineker should come back.
I think he'll do a good job there.
Yeah, but yeah, ठीक है. Our point is, guys, this is not what we are saying is final bound, but out of 3 games, obviously we're referring
I
to
would like
West
to see
Ham
this
first. ठीक है.
consistently.
This is our ideal lineup. ठीक है, with Maguire out.
Yeah.
So okay, let's
Yeah.
move on quickly into the midfield since we've already passed the 11-minute mark. Our two midfielders, look, fitness aside, this job ideally would have been a good from what we saw last week, ठीक है? But you have to manage minutes, obviously, and cannot do what's
Yeah.
happened to players in Barcelona, like Ansu Fati
Yeah.
played too many games, Pedri, Gavi, right? But I feel
Yeah.
we are kind of out of options, and Amrabat is a bit hit and miss. So I think Maino has to start. What do you think?
Yeah, Mainu versus that. My other midfielder was going to be Amrabat. For me, I was going to say Amrabat and Mainu because Mainu is amazing. By all looks of it, he does seem like the real deal. But as you said, he's still young. उसके minutes manage होंगे and वो थोड़ा experience लगता है यार कभी-कभी in that midfield. For nothing
क्यों
else,
नहीं,
for
but
no fault of
वही
Mainu's, but just नहीं है उसके पास अभी उतना experience. And it's good. He wouldn't have played like this. He wouldn't have played, under Christmas and this pressure that the club is under right now. तो ठीक है, एक experience बंदा उसके side में कोई problem नहीं है. For me, Amrabat and Mainu and no Scott McTominay, please. Scott McTominay हमारा fellaini बन गया है. उसको goals मिल गए तो उसको खिलाए जा रहे, but he does not suit our system. I love the guy. Everyone knows that I love the guy, but नहीं यार, start नहीं कर सकता अभी. If we have to move forward, वो start नहीं कर सकता मैं.
ठीक है. So for me, ideally the other player I would have wanted because Eriksen is back, but I don't see कि Eriksen will start probably 1 out of 3 and play 45 minutes in the other 2. मुझे लगता नहीं है कि he'll again push him back into this. So this is. So,
I think if Eriksen comes on, he'll come on for Mainu because I don't think Eriksen can come in and do the dirty work.
हाँ, वही बोला. Kern मुझे लगता तो नहीं है ना कि he's not going to play Scott. I think Scott McTominay तो start करेगा, but this हमको देखना है कि Scott ना खेले. But Scott has been his go-to man, ठीक है? तो obviously this is not what we are going to see, I know, but this is what we would wish to see at least.
This is what we think should happen and hopefully will happen. But Bruno is the easiest name on this team sheet.
मैं तेरे को पूछा भी नहीं. मैं बोला let's move on from this. This is the ideal 3 Kern to discuss the power, right? Is this what we think could win us back-to-back games? मेरे को लगता है कि ये formation.
That looks like a Christmas tree right now.
Thank you.
इसके नीचे
That was not my intention.
पता चलेगा.
Christmas gift. मैंने वही बोला last हमारे episode पे कि आप लोग अगर जो United fans हो, please don't be selfish and ask things for yourself from Santa. Ask for a Christmas miracle and 3 wins and a Hoyland goal. Yes, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, is this the midfield that is going to win you 2 out of 3 games?
Yeah. I think it is. I think Amrabat, he started the season bad. जितना लोगों ने बोला उतना अच्छा नहीं है, but वो कभी नहीं होने वाला है. ट्विटर पे अगर
इतना बुरा भी नहीं है. इतना बुरा भी नहीं है. बहुत एवरेज रहे हैं. He's been very average. That's the only problem.
वो आके काम कर लेगा. We saw glimpses against Chelsea as well. ठीक है, Chelsea were also quite bad in that game, but he does have something where he can get us over the line, I believe, till the likes of Casemiro and all come back.
I feel कि मेरे लिए एक ही चीज है कि when we say ना he does just about enough, मुझे लिए इतना दुख होता है क्योंकि I feel कि इसके और फिर फ्रेड के बीच में कुछ फर्क नहीं रहा. Would rather kept Fred one more year. To my point, क्योंकि बड़े गेम में Fred actually showed up. I am not.
See, the other side of that is कि Fred was an offload altogether. Amrabat was supposed to be a whole new thing, but yeah.
मुझे वही दुख होता है.
But ठीक है, अगर Fred होता तो हम लोग Fred देखते हैं weekend फिर से.
नहीं मुझे देखना है कि आगे honestly वही बोल रहा था कि I want to see Amrabat given थोड़ा टाइम. ठीक है. Rumors are तो there कि they're not going to give him any time और उसको वापस भेज देंगे रवाना. And
Yeah,
irony वही है कि Fiorentina also is not extended his contract, so he could be out of a club for free next year. I wouldn't be surprised
yeah,
Salah again Tottenham take him up and he bangs it for Tottenham. But abhi,
yeah.
it is what it is. At least hopefully के for
It,
us in this festive 3 games, injuries
I still
aside कुछ
think
ना
there's
हो.
time to, and I think there's time for him to come good. I think बहुत knee jerk reaction है यार. The team बहुत unsettled है. I think as we're hoping, right, कि we get a settled play the next 3 games. I think there is time for him to come good. The best of the players have taken time to adjust to the Premier League under better conditions. तो ये आया है ऐसे मतलब टीम में जहाँ पे कुछ समझ भी नहीं आ रहा है क्या हो रहा है और वो लग रहा है ऐसे कि शायद ही might get used to it. So I think it's okay. Like
ठीक
hoping,
है.
of
So
course. We'll find
so
out.
let's try to wrap up this episode in the next 5 minutes. But होने वाला तो नहीं है. Now Bruno का यार, Kern, we didn't see Bruno versus Liverpool. So obviously attacking wise, our attack was limited, but वो more pointed. मुझे यही लगता है कि ब्रूनो फर्नांडिस हैज दैट सेम रैशफोर्ड इफेक्ट के बेचारा ही हैज डन सो मच फॉर अस सिंस ही हैज कम. उसको लगता है कुछ नहीं यार, मैं 10 बार फक कॉल बॉल डालूंगा, एक बार बॉल जाएगा और वी विल डू. ही जस्ट वांट्स टू कीप ट्राइंग एंड कीप. यू कांट ब्लेम द
Yeah.
गाय. उसको फॉल्ट नहीं कर सकते कि डजंट प्ले फॉर द बैच, ही प्लेस फॉर द बैच. लेकिन आई
हाँ.
फील कि जितना उसका मूड खराब होता है ना, ही लाइक एन एंग्री पेरेंट हु हैज अ बैड डे एट वर्क, हिज मूड जस्ट गेट्स वर्स एंड वर्स.
हाँ.
ही स्टार्ट्स क्राइंग. एंड आई फील कि इफ ही इज गिवन अ चांस टू थ्राइव लाइक दिस इन अ मिडफील्ड लाइक दिस, हम लोग ने क्यों ये मिडफील्ड पिक किया है? Because if he'll give the best chance of Bruno to
Yeah.
again express himself like he did last season and the season before that, right?
Yeah.
Do you see any difference in this? Do you feel कि Bruno is in this midfield going to get enough cover finally?
I think so यार. I think this does give him some space क्योंकि Bayern के अगेंस्ट हमने देखा था कि Scott McTominay was on receiving the balls in the front lines in the final third and it was so annoying कि मतलब जहाँ पे Scott McTominay को बॉल मिल रहा है यहाँ पे ब्रूनो को मिलना चाहिए. You could see कि McTominay को बॉल मिल रहा है, is taking too long, नहीं समझ रहा है लेफ्ट देना है राइट देना है. वो विजन नहीं है उसके पास, वो कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है, वो एबिलिटी नहीं है जो ब्रूनो में है.
Sorry, confidence
हाँ.
बहुत है, क्यों नहीं मालूम है, ability नहीं है इतना to back it up. Problem वो है. Confidence तो
नहीं, I
बहुत है
think
to run into the
sometimes when
box.
I see him like looking up and he can see कि अच्छा वो राइट में रन है, बट वो फिर घूम के साइड में उसके पास में दे देता है. तो आई डोंट नो वेदर दैट्स कॉन्फिडेंस एबिलिटी, जो भी बोल लो, बट वो नहीं कर सकता वो. Whereas Bruno will just look up and he'll do it. Mainu does it, which really impresses me about him. So I think this gives Bruno the freedom, which is honestly the other side of it is what I want. कि Bruno जो क्रिएट करता है कोई फिनिश कर दो, जहाँ पे हमारे फ्रंट थ्री आएंगे अभी कि भाई कोई फिनिश कर दो यार. ये बेचारा इतने चांसेस क्रिएट कर रहा है हर सीजन, टॉप 1-2 इन द प्रीमियर लीग फॉर चांसेस क्रिएटेड, एक्सजीए, ये वो सब कुछ, बट हमारा गोल स्कोर जीडी नेगेटिव में जाता है. ये क्या है?
मुझे वही बोलना नहीं है कि मैंने ये सुनील के साथ वही बात किया था हमारे एपिसोड में, क्या पका रहा है मैं, कि वी आर ड्यू गोल्स. हम लोग मतलब वी आर ड्यू गोल्स जैसे चांट की तरह गा रहे हैं 2 महीने से अभी मालूम. एंड हमारा ऐसे नहीं है कि रैशफोर्ड को चांसेस नहीं मिले हैं. इनफैक्ट हॉलैंड को कम चांसेस मिले हैं, बट ही इज आल्सो गॉट सम वेरी बिग वन व्हिच ही इज मिस्ड. बट टू क्रेडिट हिम और टू गिव हिम डिफेंस, बॉस उसको इतना ये चांसेस मर के आते हैं कि ही इज नॉट एक्सपेक्टिंग एनीमोर कि ये बॉल आने वाला है, वो थक गया है.
I
But
agree.
I hope
Which
we
is why
finally
Bruno
see
there
him.
is important. Which
Yeah.
is why I think
So
Bruno in 10 is important and Scott McTominay out of this team is important. Let them link
ठीक
up.
है.
Let Bruno and Hoyland do their
So
thing.
Kern, up top we know it's Hoyland. ठीक है. Correct. We have no
Hoyland,
debate.
yes.
He's fit. Who do you play on the
Correct.
right?
Rashford or Garnacho. I think they should start swapping me. एक तो ना मेरे को एक प्रॉब्लम है कि हमारे विंगर्स वर्सेटाइल क्यों नहीं है. हमारे सब प्लेयर इतने फिक्स कैसे है कि या तो वरान या मगवायर ही राइट सेंटर बैक खेल सकते हैं. भाई लेफ्ट सेंटर बैक क्यों नहीं खेल सकता दोनों में से एक? उन लोग लेफ्ट राइट विंग स्विच क्यों नहीं कर सकते? तो आई थिंक आवर प्लेयर्स नीड टू बी लिटिल मोर वर्सेटाइल.
या design
आई
a
थिंक माय विंग्स
system.
इज रैशफोर्ड.
या design a system which suits them एकदम bluntly, right? Remember कि भी वैन हाल आया था, he bought only left footed. उसने इतना rigid system बनाया था कि that those players played in that system well. Like बोर करके ड्रॉ लेके 1-0 जीत के हम लोग को टॉप 4 में घुसाया था. बट इतना रिजिड सिस्टम होना चाहिए कि इट इज टू बी, मतलब यू कैन वेक वो क्या बोलते हैं, उठा के अभी बोलो 1-2 टेबल बोलो, 5 का टेबल 10 का टेबल, ऐसे करना चाहिए. या आपका फ्लूइड फॉर्मेशन है तो यू हैव टू ड्रिल योर प्लेयर्स टू बी मोर फ्लूइड. एंड टू द बिगर क्वेश्चन कौन आई फील व्हिच इज व्हाई टेन हाग स्ट्रगल कर रहा है ये सीजन, बिकॉज़ आवर प्लेयर्स आर नॉट लिसनिंग टू हिम, वांटिंग मोर फ्लूइडिटी इन ट्रांजिशन. आई थिंक ही कीप्स सेइंग मुझे ट्रांजिशन चाहिए, but players are not doing it, right?
Yeah. So, see, I think for me, when you say that goals are due, right? We're due goals. ये गोल आने वाले 3 लोग से, Rashford, obviously apart from Bruno, I think Rashford, Garnacho and Højlund are those guys.
Hmm.
Okay, Mainu is back in training. Mainu, I'm saying, sorry, Diallo is back in training. We'll see. Time है. Pelistri people keep asking for. बहुत discussion कर लिया हमने, but starting अभी नहीं कर सकता है.
3
I
गेम
think
उसको
it's safe
दिया,
to say.
बहुत वीक है फिजिकली, बहुत ही वीक है पूरा गेम खेलने
बहुत,
के लिए.
हाँ.
एंड पीपल आर सेइंग अरे तो वो डेवलप कैसे होगा? बस फिजिकलिटी गेम में डेवलप नहीं होता, ठीक है. यू आर यूज्ड टू मोर शव इन टैकल्स, यू विल बीट प्लेयर्स मोर प्रीमियर लेवल, बट थोड़ा उसको और स्ट्रेंथ चाहिए, व्हिच इज व्हाई वो
He
लास्ट
needs
15 मिनट
time
में
to start.
इज अच्छा है. हम्म.
Yeah.
हम्म.
एंटनी तो भाई आई डोंट नो क्या है, बट सप्लाई नहीं आता उसको. अगर बॉल जाते है तो ब्लैक होल है, बॉल उधर ही गायब हो जाता है राइट विंग पे. कभी कभी और कहीं जाता नहीं है बॉल उधर से. हॉलैंड नीड्स सप्लाई, द फॉरवर्ड नीड्स सप्लाई, वी नीड गोल्स एंड आई डोंट थिंक दैट्स कमिंग फ्रॉम एंटनी. पेलेस्ट्री नॉट येट. डियालो तो दूर की बात है अभी तो फिलहाल. तो I think the front three for me then answers itself between Rashford and Garnacho on the wings and Højlund of course up front and Martial under the Christmas tree at home.
मेरे अंडर द क्रिसमस ट्री, प्लीज इन Santa's little North Pole somewhere far
Lapland.
far away, they are sitting and enjoying, क्योंकि यार बेचारा नहीं, he got his yearly goal against I think Everton and then फिर खुश है, right? तो
Everton. Yeah.
मेरे लिए एक ही चीज है कौन, दिस इज वेयर आई एग्री विद प्रशांत एंड प्रशम व्हेन दे स्पोक इन डेविल्स एडवोकेट कि एंथनी क्यों स्टार्ट करता है, ठीक है, उसको बहुत डिफेंड किया है. समटाइम्स ना जब योर टीम इज डाउन तभी बॉल रिटेन करना है, एंड वी हैव सीन Garnacho trying his best. Rashford has not done this season. Wo give up, he puts his head down, he sulks, Martial doesn't track back.
Yeah.
And I agree, प्रशांत ने वही बोला कि यार Anthony still tracks back and helps in defense.
Agree.
I feel कि
Agree.
in a game against West Ham when you're losing the ball and you have so much pace against you, in a game against Villa where it is so technically tight under Emery, I wouldn't be surprised if Anthony दोनों game start करता है but taken off early if he's bad. This is where I disagree with you. I think Rashford and Garnacho for the time being should keep fighting on the left because Garnacho has been hit and miss, but Bechara at least he's trying. Him, you can keep giving him chances. Rashford is still not showing glimpses of anything to me. कि उसको वापस immediately starting lineup में लाना चाहिए. I think वो जो बोलते हैं कि when Ferguson is to bench Rooney and build up the anger, Rooney would come on and not score. After coming on also the anger is not there. He's trying, but he's still looking a little tired, fatigued, clueless, whatever it is. Maybe something is up, ठीक है. Maybe Nigel से खेल रहा है, they want to protect him, मालूम नहीं है. But for me, so for the sake of argument, I'm going here with what you are saying. But for the listeners who are watching this, I feel Anthony should start and Garnacho and Rashford need to rotate in the next 3 games on the left. Because I
agree with you कि the discipline that Anthony has is better than Rashford and Garnacho. He puts in a shift. I fully agree. वो भागता है, वो डिफेंसिव काम करता है, वो स्लाइडिंग टैकल डालता है, वो करता है सब. My only thing for these three is, as I said, कि वो goals are due. If you want to score, we need these three. Anthony से goals नहीं दिख रहे यार, मेरे को assist भी नहीं आ रहे. Like there's nothing. Rashford, yes, I agree, is been completely out of form, but him sparking versus Anthony sparking, I think the benchmark with Rashford is slightly higher. So that's my only reason for picking him. I think Garnacho still deserves at least another start before, being rotated or whatever. So, which is why for me, this would be my front. But I completely get if Anthony comes in here for disciplinary and like defensively sound and listens to the manager issues.
Trust me, मैं बहुत ही श्योर हूँ कि एंथनी से मैं भी थक गया हूँ. But it's like between the rock and a hard place, right? I think वही situation होता है. So guys, this is what we think will be our starting 11 at least versus West Ham, and at least maybe 2 out of the next 3 games. ठीक है, आपका क्या 11
Which would be hope.
हाँ, hope or what we think, because
actual तो then if you ask me actual तो इसमें McTominay डालना पड़ेगा.
I was about to say actual will definitely be between Maino and Amrabat. I think I'm going to take out, let's say, Maino for now if he wants to manage minutes.
Yeah.
This is what his position should be, but he's going to be somewhere here, even ahead of Bruno. And Amrabat is going to be stuck. And I feel here we're going to see. This is what I think we're going to see.
Bro, I think instead of Lindelof, he'll put Evans. And I think instead of Lindelof, he'll put Evans. Because Lindelof is coming back from a niggle, तो भरोसा नहीं है.
This is what we think we'll see. Let's see what we hope. We already showed you what we hope is there. So let us know कि आपका क्या formation है. what do you think should be our players rotation wise, how we should play in the next 3 matches, ठीक है? Hopefully we get at least 2 out of 3 wins. One draw. मैं नहीं बोल रहा कि against Villa या West Ham lose, but please at least get a draw. Try to win festive season games. I think ये 3 game भी जीत गए. City have a game in hand, ठीक है? But coming back, City might feel some pressure. Haaland आ सकता है वापस. West City have one fixture, ठीक है? They have Boxing Day. They have 2 fixtures. They have Boxing Day and pre-New Year's, और फिर winter break है, right, Kern? There's a winter break then 20 days.
They have the Club World Cup and stuff like that going on, no?
The Club World Cup is going on. They have 2 games and then the winter break, ठीक है? So I feel कि United can get 2 wins out of 3 before going into the winter break. बहुत ही boost रहेगा coming back from the winter break. Players getting the rest, players getting fit, ठीक है? Let us know if you would tweak the formation. You want to see something different, maybe play Rashford up top with Højlund, थोड़ा tweak करना है, तो please let us know that. And if you haven't already watched our channel before, Football Bloody Hell is the name, please subscribe, leave a like on this video. Kern, any closing comments from you?
No, that's it, guys. Please subscribe. हम लोग को भी हमारा Christmas gift दे दो. Subscriptions भेजो. We're trying hard to put out good content, so it'll be nice. It'll be nice to get some subscriptions going.
If you get a starting lineup sheet when you're at the stadium, Kern, please message us before the game starts.
Done.
Thank you so much for tuning in. See you guys.
See you guys.